Remember the Apollo program? In just 8 years, from President Kennedy's bold speech to Neil Armstrong's giant leap, humanity went from dreaming of the moon to walking on it. It was a monumental achievement, a testament to what we could accomplish with a clear goal and unwavering commitment. Now, fast forward to today. NASA's Artemis program, designed to return us to the lunar surface, is facing a very different reality. The goal is the same: put boots back on the moon, but the journey is proving to be much, much longer. The first crewed lunar landing for Artemis, originally planned for 2024, has been pushed back to 2026, and many experts believe even the timeline is optimistic. So, what's causing these delays? It's a complex mix of technical hurdles, funding inconsistencies, and a fundamentally different approach to space exploration compared to the Apollo era. Let's start with the hardware. The heart of the Artemis program is the Space Launch System, or SLS, the most powerful rocket ever built. But powerful also means incredibly complex and expensive. Developing the SLS has been a decades-long saga, plagued by cost overruns and schedule slips. A single launch of the SLS costs a staggering $4.1 billion. To put that in perspective, the entire budget for the Apollo program, adjusted for inflation, was around $188 billion. At $4 billion a pop, you can see how costs can quickly spiral. Then there's the Orion spacecraft, our cruise home for the journey. While it successfully completed its uncrewed test flight, Artemis I, engineers discovered unexpected issues. The heat shield ablated or burned away in a way that wasn't predicted. If astronauts had been on board, this could have been a serious problem. NASA is now taking its time to meticulously analyze the data and fix the issue, which is absolutely the right thing to do for crew safety, but it adds to the delays. And we can't forget the lunar lander. Unlike Apollo, where NASA built its own lunar module, this time they've outsourced it. SpaceX won the contract to develop the Starship human landing system. This is a revolutionary, fully reusable spacecraft, but it's still in development. We've all seen the spectacular test flights and explosions from Starbase in Texas, while SpaceX is making rapid progress with its iterative design philosophy. Integrating a brand new, privately developed vehicle into NASA's more traditional, safety-first framework is a massive challenge. It's like trying to connect Legos with a different brand of building blocks. It takes a lot of custom adapters and careful planning. This brings us to the core difference between Apollo and Artemis. The Apollo program was a national sprint, a head-to-head race against the Soviet Union fueled by the Cold War. There was a blank check and a singular focus. Artemis, on the other hand, is more of a marathon. It's built on a foundation of international partnerships and commercial collaboration. While this approach fosters innovation and spreads the costs, it also adds layers of complexity and dependencies. If one partner faces a delay, everyone feels the ripple effect. This model is designed for long-term sustainability. The goal isn't just to plant a flag and come home. It's to build a permanent presence on and around the moon, with a Lunar Gateway space station and surface habitats as a stepping stone to Mars. This is a much more ambitious and complicated vision than Apollo, so it's natural that it would take more time. But while the US is navigating these complexities, another space power is moving forward with impressive speed and focus: China. The China National Space Administration, or CNSA, has been methodically executing its own lunar exploration program. They've successfully landed robotic rovers, including on the far side of the moon, a first in human history. They've even brought lunar samples back to Earth. Their plan is clear. They're developing their own heavy-lift rocket, the Long March 9, and a new generation of crewed spacecraft. Their stated goal is to land Chinese astronauts, or takenauts, on the moon by 2030, and given their track record of meeting their stated goals, it's a timeline the world is taking very seriously. Unlike Artemis's complex web of contractors, China's space program is state-run, giving it a streamlined command structure and consistent, long-term government backing. It's a model that looks a lot more like Apollo than Artemis. So are we in a new space race? NASA Administrator Bill Nelson certainly thinks so. He's repeatedly warned Congress that the US is in a race with China and that we can't afford to lose our leadership position in space. The concern is not just about national prestige. It's about who sets the rules and norms for operating on the moon. Will lunar resources be open for all to use peacefully, or will certain areas be claimed and restricted? These are the big questions looming on the horizon. The delays in the Artemis program create a window of opportunity for China to potentially land on the moon first in this century. Imagine a world where the next human footprints on the moon are not American. That would be a seismic shift in the geopolitical landscape. However, it's important not to count NASA out. The Artemis I mission was a spectacular success that proved the core hardware works. The collaboration with commercial partners like SpaceX is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The Artemis Accords, a set of principles for peaceful lunar exploration, have been signed by dozens of countries, creating a powerful international alliance. The spirit of exploration is still very much alive at NASA. The challenges are immense, but so is the dedication of the thousands of engineers, scientists, and technicians working to overcome them. The slow, methodical, safety-conscious approach may feel frustrating, especially when compared to the lightning pace of Apollo or the steady march of China's program. But the goal of building a sustainable, long-term human presence in deep space is a marathon, not a sprint. So, while the timeline for Artemis III continues to shift, the dream of returning to the moon is still very much alive. The question is no longer just how we will get there, but and whether someone else might get there first. It's a story with huge implications for the future of humanity in space, and we'll be watching every step of the way. What do you think? Is the slow and steady approach the right one for NASA, or do we need to recapture the urgency of the Apollo era to stay ahead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about the future of space exploration.